So I actually think the trend rate of growth of crypto is still 100% a year or more, but we'll see over the full cycles. So that gets us to 5.5 billion users by 2030. And 5.5 billion users at 2030, what is the market cap of this asset class at that point? Well, it's probably 100 trillion or so. So, you can extrapolate out, if Bitcoin continues to hold its value over that time, then it could be worth a lot more money. And my price target when I first ever started, when I first bought Bitcoin in 2013, it was $200. And I did the kind of stock to flow ratio maths of what this thing could be worth. And I said, listen, I think it's worth $1 million. So it's trading at 200. I'm going to discount myself for being an idiot by 90%. So it's worth $100,000. That was back then. And $200 is the best risk reward I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's why I bought it. And that I still think pretty much stands.
Renowned macroeconomics expert and Real Vision founder Raoul Pal has put forward a bold prediction, suggesting that Bitcoin may reach a staggering $1 million per coin by the year 2030. He attributes this potential surge in Bitcoin's value to the global cryptocurrency user base surpassing 5 billion people. Pal is known for his bullish outlook on Bitcoin, although he also places significant emphasis on the second largest cryptocurrency, Ethereum. In a recent Twitter Spaces session, Raoul Pal was posed with a question regarding his original 2013 thesis, in which he proposed that Bitcoin could ultimately achieve a value of $1 million per coin. In response, Pal not only reaffirmed his optimistic outlook for Bitcoin but also provided insights into why he believes cryptocurrency adoption is progressing at a faster pace than the internet did during its early stages. He also discussed his views on stablecoins, highlighting their potential to become the largest area of adoption within the broader crypto ecosystem.
You agree on targets for Bitcoin like 1 million in 2030 or so?
Okay, I try not to get into too much targets-based stuff because everybody on Twitter wants them, and then when they don't work, they then troll you to death. It's just pointless. My theory on the melt-up idea is, look, I don't come at this in the same way that a lot of people come at this. I use this everything code framework based on global liquidity analysis, and all of our forward-looking stuff suggests that, yes, that there is a decently high probability that we get much higher asset prices. That we've been long all year, and from about October in technology and crypto, from our liquidity indicators, we added ETH in June and more stuff in October and again at the beginning of the year. So from a liquidity-based analysis, which is what we're using, plus the business cycle overlays, yes, we think that there's a decent chance that we get a very strong year end and a very strong 2024. So that's on that. And sorry, what was the question on crypto again?
Another kind of price call, the looking out to $1 million by 2030.
Yeah, okay. So how I approach that is I understand that crypto is driven by Metcalfe's law, which is the kind of number of users on the network and the kind of value exchange on the network as a proxy for the number of connections on that network between the nodes. When I look at wallet addresses, and I posted this on Twitter last week before, that I annually update, we're at 425 million wallets. The trend rate of growth, if we use the adoption of the internet, because what happens is these trends slow down over time as they become more mature. So we're using a 42% trend rate of growth, which is what the internet did at this stage in its adoption cycle. We rebased both of them to the first million users and then took it from there. Last year, crypto did 42% in a 70% down year. So I actually think the trend rate of growth of crypto is still 100% a year or more, but we'll see over the full cycles. So that gets us to 5.5 billion users by 2030. And 5.5 billion users at 2030, what is the market cap of this asset class at that point? Well, it's probably 100 trillion or so. So, you can extrapolate out, if Bitcoin continues to hold its value over that time, then it could be worth a lot more money. And my price target when I first ever started, when I first bought Bitcoin in 2013, it was $200. And I did the kind of stock to flow ratio maths of what this thing could be worth. And I said, listen, I think it's worth $1 million. So it's trading at 200. I'm going to discount myself for being an idiot by 90%. So it's worth $100,000. That was back then. And $200 is the best risk reward I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's why I bought it. And that I still think pretty much stands. So over time, I see adoption rising. Central bank digital currencies going to be built on blockchain rails, credit card rails, blockchain rails, securities markets, blockchain rails. All of this will take us, a part of the ledger of whichever ledger that is, whether it's Ethereum or Solana or whatever, XRP, doesn't really matter. That will all increase the value of these networks. And then I continue to see maybe out until as far as 2030, the ongoing use of central bank balance sheets to manage the debt situations until the productivity miracle kicks in. And so that would continue to drive the price of these assets as well. So yeah, I remain structurally bullish. I've not changed my view. Nothing's really changed. Expect ups and downs of 80% as part of the journey. And over time, if you hold it long enough, you get overcompensated for the risk by the return. Really simple is, what are stable coins and why are they so big? Most people don't understand any of this. It's basically because if you are in the Philippines or Nigeria or wherever, it's really hard to get US dollars. So this has democratized the US dollar for everyone. It is extraordinary how powerful it is as a simple technology for most people. It is basically fractionalizing. It's a digital version of the Eurodollar market. The Eurodollar market is inaccessible to anybody. But here we've got a market where you can borrow, lend, own, buy, sell dollars globally, instantly, frictionlessly. People will take the risk on some of these being imperfectly built because it's better than owning the Nigerian currency or the Philippine peso or whichever currency you choose. That is the big use case. You're finding Asian exporters exporting to other Asian nations don't want to have the US dollar in the middle, something I talked about before. So they are paying in stable coins straight off to get around capital controls. So the Eurodollar market became one of the biggest markets the world has ever seen. That is the offshore market for US dollars. This is just that. It's just the tokenization of that to allow the everyman to participate. So it's a mind-blowingly powerful thing in a US dollar reserve world. In terms of algorithmic stablecoins, blah, 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 I don't know, but I don't think that the user in Nigeria or the Philippines or Venezuela or anywhere cares. They just want to send a dollar from here to there quickly or keep their savings in dollars. So that's kind of how I look at it. Yes, there'll be other technologies. Yes, people will try different things. We talked about it earlier on the call. Is there a way you could have a adjusted supply currency? Does that help get people off the US dollars? Right now, everybody wants a dollar. The whole world wants dollars. Everyone's in debt dollars. The whole world is basically priced in dollars. All commodities are priced in dollars. And this is the democratization of that. So it'll keep growing.
Raoul Pal, a prominent figure in macroeconomics, has offered his cryptocurrency insights. While he now sees Ethereum as the most favorable risk-to-reward opportunity within the crypto landscape, he has not wavered in his support for his $1 million per Bitcoin price projection. His perspective on stablecoins serving as the catalyst for widespread adoption highlights the profound impact of the cryptocurrency revolution. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.